stuff here on the glacier, as I like to call it.
Great stuff.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Well, welcome back. Hey, we are coming down toward the lodge here. We're on Superstar Trail. We call it the King of the Spring up here for good reason.
King of
the
the
Spring. You may notice that behind Cassie is the chairlift, which we are almost looking down upon. That's right. We're probably standing on, I'm guessing, easily 20 feet of snow right here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And the only way we can make it to spring, and we do ski here sometimes till June, they start pumping this stuff out early January. We've had some outstanding snowmaking weather. And I was here 2 weeks ago before they knocked these whales down.
Yeah.
The roller coaster was so much fun, so much fun. It was great.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
You're making some nice turns up there.
Thank you.
Dang.
I try.
Come back next week.
You got it.
Hey, well, we've got a little business to take care of. We're going to rush down the lodge here. I think that Jeff Alexander is going to meet us pretty soon, but before we get to him, we are going to speak with Chelsea Marshall. Chelsea's from Pittsfield, Vermont. It's right up the road, and she is an Olympic athlete. I got an opportunity to speak with her, and it's good stuff. So stay tuned. Chelsea's coming up. You ready to go?
You got it.
All right. Hey everybody, welcome to the K1 Base Lodge on a snowy Killington afternoon. Hey, I've caught up with a hometown hero. It's one of our local favorite girls here. I'm speaking with Chelsea Marshall. Chelsea, thanks for taking a little time out of your busy day to stand in front of the cameras with us here at Killington. And tell us, what have you been up to lately?
Well, it's been awesome to be back at Killington Mountain, and I've been coaching some at Killington Mountain School, and also have some camps I have going on here.
Now you've had at least 2 or 3 camps for kids, for racers. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I have a youth camps going, so I've had 2 like you said, and I have 1 more coming up in the next few weeks. And just introducing kids to racing, getting them psyched to be out on the mountain, and sharing my passion for the sport and my love of the mountain here at Killington.
So I'm going to take a step backwards. Maybe I should have started at the beginning. I want to go over a little bit of your resume. You know, someone may be saying, well, who's Chelsea Marshall, and you know, what qualifies her to be a coach? Well, you, along with your 2 older brothers, Jesse and Cody, and your younger brother, Tucker, all happen to have something in common. You're all members of the United States ski team, is that correct?
That is correct. I followed my 2 older brothers and got into racing at a young age, and we all made the national team. I was on the 2010 Olympic team, and it's been awesome watching the games and supporting my former teammates.
You can't tell right now, but I have goosebumps on my arms when you said that. That's right, you were skiing in the Olympics. And now your folks, who are longtime instructors here, you're from Pittsfield, Vermont, which is just about 7-8 miles up the road. They homeschooled all your siblings and yourself, right? Gave you a lot of opportunity to be up here on the hill.
Yeah, when we were young, we went to Killington Elementary School right down the road, and my mom would pick us up at 3 o'clock, and then we'd ski for the last hour. And so we were always on the mountain here, and then we were homeschooled middle through high school, so we had plenty of opportunity to be out ripping around the mountain, and we were just always in every element. And my parents both were ski instructors, or still ski instructors, so they know plenty about the sport and have a love for the sport that they installed in us at a young age.
Now I know your dad, Don, probably gets, I don't know, 70, 100 days on the mountain.
Yeah.
Your mom, Barb, on the other hand, probably doubles that amount, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's out here every day, rain or shine. She's a tough lady for sure.
And the lifts do not have to be running for this woman to be up there either, because long after lifts close, I know she's hiking for it. And
yeah,
I mean, we're talking 200 easily days a year.
Yeah, she doesn't keep track, I think. I don't think she keeps track, but yeah, she's always out in the mountain hiking, early season, late season, you can always find her here.
That's amazing.
Sure.
Hey, now you mentioned the Olympics. Tell me a little bit about your Olympic experience in 2010. It must have just been unbelievable for you.
Yeah, it was really unbelievable. It was a really cool experience because it was in North America and Whistler, and my family came up and supported me, and had my brothers cheering for me in the finish, and my mom. And just the energy and excitement that comes along with the Olympics is unlike anything I'll ever experience. I think it was definitely an awesome experience for sure.
What was your favorite Olympic experience? Was it the actual event you were in, or the race? And you competed in downhill, correct? Or Super G?
Super G. I did the downhill training runs, but competed in the Super G event.
Okay. Was that the penultimate thing for you at the Olympics, to being at start gate and go through it, or was there more of a social experience for you, just being part of that whole amazing scene?
I would say opening ceremonies was definitely a highlight for me, just because you walk in with all your teammates that you've trained with for so long, and this energy walking to open ceremony is crazy. And then being in the start gate in the Super G and just having that feeling you have nothing to lose and you worked so hard to get to this point, and just pushing out of the start gate was definitely one of my fondest memories from the Olympic Games, for sure.
How do you control your emotions? I mean, I can't imagine what you're thinking about. Of course, you've trained for almost your whole life for that moment. Were you calm at the starting gate? Were you nervous? You had butterflies or everything?
Yeah, I was definitely a little nervous, but more excited just to be there and just to be around the whole experience of the Olympics, and something I've dreamed of from when I was a little girl. So it was just like all came together in that moment, and it was super exciting. I remember the energy from it, and yeah, it was an awesome time for sure.
Now, I'm going to ask you a little bit different question here. Do you think that too much emphasis is put on the Olympic Games for defining an athlete's success, whether it's a ski race or any Olympic event? Because the Olympics only come around once every 4 years. Certainly here in America, it's sad to say. I mean, we don't get a lot of ski coverage on most of our sports channels until the Olympic year.
Yeah.
And some athletes will put it all together for that Olympics, but if you look at the body of their work, so my question is there too much emphasis put on Olympic victories in defining an athlete's career?
I don't think there's too much emphasis on it. For alpine ski racers, we have the World Cup circuit that we compete in throughout, and it's definitely an important emphasis on the World Cup circuit every year, and just the energy and the hype of the Olympics makes it that much more exciting for an athlete to compete, and to see someone like Julia Mancuso rising to the occasion every 4 years. So it's definitely exciting, and it gets people that aren't so involved in the sport involved and excited about the Olympics every 4 years.
Oh, absolutely. I've been tuning in as much as I can, and it makes me want to go out and go faster and ski better, and maybe I need to follow you down the hill someday if I can.
Maybe, yeah, for sure.
See what I can do.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, for many years I worked on race crew. I did watch you and all your brothers grow up, and it was you guys were identified very early in your careers as people who are going to go places with skiing, and it's just absolutely thrilling to have you back here at your home mountain, and I wish you all the success in the world here at KMS and everything you do.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. It's
Chelsea,
awesome to be back.
Olympian Chelsea Marshall, everybody. Stay tuned. All right, thanks, Chelsea Marshall. Hey, if you want an opportunity to meet Chelsea and ski with her, don't forget, her next camp here in Killington is February 19th and 20th. Now, this is a race camp for 7 to 12-year-olds. And as always, if you need more information, check out Killington.com. Well, I've caught up with Jeff Alexander, the busiest man in Killington. He is the events guru, marketing director. I don't know all your titles. I always mix them up. But all I know is that you know more about what's happening here in Killington than anybody on the planet. Why? Because you're the guy responsible for bringing all the fun to the show here.
Oh, we've got a lot happening.
Yeah. Now, we just mentioned Chelsea's camp, which is coming up at the tail end of the President's Week. What's happening the rest of that week?
Well, the front end of President's Week, that's Saturday the 14th, which happens to be Valentine's Day.
We're gonna thank you for reminding me.
No problem. Yeah, you might want to get some flowers now. We're going to roll out a scavenger hunt over at Pico. And it's an educational scavenger hunt with all the presidents. We're going to hide presidents' heads all over Pico. Find a president head, bring it back. It's on a cardboard piece of paper, so it's not actually a head. Bring it back for a prize. Snickers is one of our sponsors, so you'll win yourself some nice Snickers prizes. Sunday is the 15th. We have the Vermont Institute of Natural Science. It's a free program. It's going to be at the Grand Hotel at 7 o'clock at night on Sunday night. And then on Monday, that is the 16th, that's President's Day, and we have our cow-powered scavenger hunt here at Killington. We run our gondola off of cow power, and so basically we're going to be hiding cow-powered placards around the resort. And believe it or not, Snickers just came out with a new packaging that is recyclable, so they jumped in on this real quickly and said, hey, we want in on the cow-powered, the environmental aspect of the event. So we have a scavenger hunt on that Monday. And we're rolling out a bunch of family options that we're going to have up on the website pretty soon throughout the rest of the week from trivia night and a few other activities around the resort. So stay tuned to Killington.com for that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a ton of stuff. That's just President's Week.
And that's just President's Week. You know, we're standing on the side deck of K1 right now, and
Yeah.
I wanted to fast forward real quick to spring. We have our Dzecki's activation weekend. So the last 3 weekends of spring are big Dzecki's blowout parties here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put a band on this stage every weekend.
Right here on this deck.
Right here, 14th, 15th, 21st, 22nd, and 28th, 29th of March. We're going to have an airbag right here next to this fan gun. And believe it or not, this fan gun is still rocking. I just heard that snowmaking is going to continue straight through February, so we could build our base steps here to get us into the end of May.
You mean the Techno Alpine M48 over there, Jeff?
That is one of the, yes it is. It's high efficiency.
It's on the side of the thing, that's why I know.
Exactly.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and then actually Dzecki's is going to also take over the 10-meter yurt, where our smaller yurt, they're going to create a Dzecki's experience in that yurt.
Wow.
So you'll walk in and try some of the most interesting food. We haven't unveiled that just yet, but let me tell you, you're not going to be able to find it anywhere else.
That sounds very intriguing.
It's going to be
cool.
Yeah, it'll be pretty cool. So
now listen, I've heard some rumors. I don't want to put you on the spot. Some rumors kicking around that perhaps even at some point in the spring, the most interesting man in himself from the Dos Equis commercials may make an appearance here at Killington. Just a rumor. What have you heard? Anything?
I've heard the same thing,
Okay.
and I've talked to the Dzecki's guys, and they're in works with him right now, and he just might pop up somewhere along the way. So keep your eyes out for him. He actually lives down here in Vermont, in Dorset, Vermont. So he's a local boy, so he should be here hanging out.
That's right. I mean, what were the odds of having the first and second most interesting man in the world? I'm talking about you.
I was going to say you, actually.
The first, second, and third most interesting man in the world in the same spot. That would be crazy.
It'd be kind of cool.
That would be awesome. Well, can you think of anything else? I know, let's just talk about Bear Mountain Mogul Challenge real quick.
Bear Mountain Mogul Challenge is going to be awesome. It's going to be the 11th, just the 11th this year. We're going to jam it all into one day.
Okay.
It's going to be a great day, top to bottom. We've got 2 bands lined up. We're going to unveil them in a little bit. Of course, DJ Dave's going to be spinning tunes throughout the whole day.
Why wouldn't he?
And the party will start at 6:30 a.m. like we do when we unlock the gates, and everybody mad rush in. So we've got a litter of sponsors too. I think we have about 13 sponsors, 14 sponsors this year. So the prizing, the activation, the gifts for people partying are going to be out of control.
Oh man, sounds great. I can't wait. And you know what? Spring will be here before we know it. So mark it all down on your calendars. And once again, as always, if you need more information, Killington.com. Jeff Alexander, thanks for your time, buddy.
Good to see you, sir.
All right, stay tuned. More Explore Killington coming your way in a minute.
Man, Slado, that was a great day, huh?
It was. I think we made the most of it. The sun is slowly setting over Killington Peak. The lifts are getting ready to shut down, and we're just getting ready to move into the second half of our show.
That's right. We're going to wrap it up here at K1 and head to some of our favorite watering holes, the Lookout Tavern and Moguls.
Yeah, I can't wait to get down there. Enjoy a couple ice-cold beers, something I really like to do after a hard day of skiing.
You got it.
So while Cassie and I make our way right down the road, you guys sit back and check out what's coming up next. We call it our entertainment guide. It's going to fill you in on all the bands, all the great places to eat, and what's happening here after the lift shut down. So stay tuned. We'll catch you down the road when we come back with more Explore Killington.